is the Honorable Judge Rico Villarreal, now presiding.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to Webb County Court at Law 2. Please be seated. Today we have some very special guests from Linedecker Elementary. Would the students, teachers, and sponsors from Linedecker Elementary please stand and be recognized? Welcome. You may be seated. Would the other special guests include the students and teachers and sponsors from Bruni Elementary? Would you stand and be recognized? Welcome. You may be seated. Other special guests include students, teachers, and sponsors from Santo Niño Elementary. Will you stand and be recognized? Welcome. You may be seated. Would the students, teachers, and sponsors from Ligarde Elementary please stand and be recognized? Would the students, teachers, and sponsors from Santa Maria Elementary please stand and be recognized? Welcome. You may be seated. Other special guests include people from Farias Elementary. Would the students, teachers, and sponsors please stand and be recognized? Would the students, teachers, and sponsors from Mary Health of Christians please stand and be recognized? Welcome. Three honored guests that are also sponsors of our mock trials are Senator Judith Saparini, Commissioner John Galo, and Texas Parks and Wildlife Commissioner Ana Galo. Other sponsors include from Frontera Radio, Sergio Mora. Honored guests with us today are the Honorable Esther Degollado, the District Clerk for Webb County. Guests today here are publisher of the Laredo Morning Times, Mr. Bill Green, genealogist extraordinaire John Campbell, representing the Laredo Police Department, Officer Emmanuel Diaz, from the Webb County Sheriff's Office, Mr. J.J. Rendon, LISD Trustee for District 5, Minita Ramirez, and Associate Judge for the Webb County District Courts, the Honorable David E. Garcia. We are also pleased to acknowledge the assistance of Webb County's Patty Tequerina San Miguel. Bailiff.
Your Honor, the case of Cinderita versus Stepsisters is now ready for trial.
The plaintiff is Cinderita, and her lawyer is Iris Vasquez Guerrero. your right hand. Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
The defendants, Cinderita stepsisters, Ciruela and Amuela, are represented by their attorney, B. Benavides. Please raise your right hands. Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I
The witness for the plaintiff is Prince Guapolindo.
I do.
The witness for the defense is Madam Wannabe Ritzy Malboca. Please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Seriously, young man? ¿Me descarado de mentiroso o qué? Do I look like a liar?
This is a court of law, ma'am. The proper response is, I do. If you are so rude or sarcastic again, I'm going to hold you in contempt of court and fine you $500 each time.
I do, I guess. Although it might be worth the $500 to say what I think.
Madam!
I'm sorry, Judgy. I'll be nice. Would you like an apple?
Say no. Say no.
Objection!
Sustained! Madam, please be seated. I understand that the claims against Ciruela and Amuela are bullying, cyberbullying, and mental anguish. Is everyone ready to proceed?
Yes.
Will the bailiff please swear in the jury?
Yes, Your Honor. Will the jurors please stand and raise your right hand, please? Do you solemnly swear that you will listen to all the testimony today and decide the issues fairly?
I do.
Do you swear that you will not discuss the case with anyone until after you have reached a verdict?
I do.
You may be seated. Your Honor, the jury has been sworn in and is now ready to begin.
Very well. Does the plaintiff have an opening statement?
Yes, Your Honor. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, the evidence will show that Ciruela and Amuela Malboca are guilty of bullying, which is defined as deliberately hurting, threatening, or scaring someone with words or actions. Guilty of cyberbullying, which is bullying through electronic communication or over the internet. And guilty of causing mental anguish, which is making someone feel really bad, nervous, or depressed. You will be dismayed to hear evidence about their cruelty to their beautiful stepsister, Cinderita. Some of the names, these viejas gachas. These mean bullies called her unspeakable names because of their cruel vulgarity. Some of the vicious pranks they played on her caused her mental anguish, as did the humiliating and embarrassing pictures of her they posted on the internet. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, prepare to be shocked. When you hear the evidence, you most certainly will agree that Ciruela and Amuela are guilty of bullying, guilty of cyberbullying, and guilty of mental anguish. They are two rucas celosas.
already insulted my clients twice. She is badgering them when they're not even on the stand.
The objection is sustained. Counselor, don't let this be a sign of things to come. In this courtroom, we must be respectful to everyone.
We'll do better, Your Honor. That concluded my opening statement anyway. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Counsel for the defense?
Yes, Your Honor. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, these charming sisters, Ciruela and Amuela, are innocent of all claims. We will show that they and their beautiful, glamorous stepmother, Madame Wannabe Ritzy Malboca, took Cinderita into their hearts and fabulous mansion after her father died. They allowed her to live with them rent-free and gave her free food and even free clothes. In exchange, they asked only that she do her chores. But that wasn't enough for that huerquita chiflada. That spoiled brat wanted a totally free handout. At no time did Ciruela and Amuela bully, cyberbully, or cause that stinky jealous girl any mental anguish. You most certainly will disappoint the plaintiff when you hear the evidence and find sweet Ciruela and adorable Amuela innocent of all claims. La celosa pestosa es Cinderita.
Objection, Your Honor. Counselor is doing exactly what you just ordered me not to do. She badgered my witness twice in 6 sentences.
The objection is sustained. But what's good for the goose is good for the gander. Counselor, both of you, be respectful.
What's gander?
That means what's good for one is good for all. All people are treated equally in this court.
Understood. That concludes my opening statement. Thank you.
Very well, the plaintiff may call its first witness.
Thank you, Your Honor. We call Cinderita. State your name for the record, please.
Cynthia, but my father always called me Cindy. After he died, my stepmother and stepsister started calling me Cinderita. It stuck.
Why did they call you Cinderita?
Since I was always covered in ashes, which they called cinders or cenizas in Spanish. At first, they called me Cinderella or Cenicienta in Spanish. Now they call me Cinderita. Everyone thinks that's my name.
Why were you always covered in ashes?
They made me sleep on the ashes of the coal fire on the laundry room floor.
You slept on the laundry room floor?
Yes, ma'am. It was my own little corner of the world.
Why didn't you sleep on a bed in your room?
I didn't have a bed or a room.
What did you do for your stepmother and stepsisters?
They made me do pretty personal things. Ugh. Like put acne medicine on their pimples and ronchas. Ugh. They both have reddish, evil-looking zits and blemishes.
Did you at least get paid?
No, ma'am.
How did it treat you?
Awful! They bullied me day and night, just for fun.
Did they call you names?
Non-stop. Like cara de rana and cola de changa, frog faces on the tail. Were their mild insults. The worst ones were really crude and hurtful, usually about my body, downright dirty, even filthy.
Did they harass you, that is, pick on you?
They loved playing sick, cruel jokes on me, like putting worms in the one plate of food I got each day, and placing a dead rat on my chest when I slept. So mean.
Did your stepmother ever try to stop this bullying?
Stop it? No, no way. She made it worse and joined them.
Did you at least get to rest when they left the house?
Never. Whenever they left, they bombarded me with mean lies and rumors sent through text messages and emails. On Instagram, Ciruela and Amuela posted a video of Ciruela blowing her nose into my caldo. And then of me eating that soup. I wanted to throw up when I saw it.
Did they tweet about you too?
Of course. The picture of Amuela mixing smelly, dirty kitty litter into my food got the most retweets.
Did everybody in the household eat only once a day?
No, ma'am. My stepmother and stepsisters regularly had breakfast, lunch, 3 meriendas, and dinner at least 6 meals a day. That's probably why they're not exactly petite.
Why did you stay there?
I had no choice. My mother died when I was born. My father married my stepmother when I was almost 6, and then he died when I was 7. I had no money, no grandparents or relatives I knew of. Where would I go?
What did your father die of?
He choked after eating an apple my stepmother gave him. That's why I can't eat apples. My stepmother always gives them to me, but not to her daughters. I was suspicious. Then, last year, I heard that Snoring Beauty's stepmother tried to kill her with a poisoned apple. Scary stuff.
That is strange. Did you have any happy moments during your childhood?
Oh, yes. Lucky for me, my stepmother threw my father's books into the laundry room and never stepped foot in it. They never knew I read every day and learned many things. I planned for the day I could leave and get a job.
What did you learn on your own?
Self-esteem books taught me to see the positive side of things. While I worked, for example, I pretended to be in my own study hall and gym. I burned calories and built muscles while scrubbing, ironing, cleaning, and carrying around all the heavy equipment. It worked.
So Bob.
When did you leave there?
Well, everyone knows my fairy tale dream came true when my madrina, my fairy angel godmother, prettied me up to go to the princess ball. I lost my shoe there when I ran back before midnight. After a year of searching for me, the prince found me, and I had the matching shoe. You can imagine my stepsister's surprise when I left with him.
Why did you decide to sue your stepsisters?
Like most bullies, they're ignorant and unhappy, and they're mean and ugly, so they're jealous of anyone who's prettier or nice. They're so pitiful, I have no need for revenge. But I do believe they should be taught a lesson.
Do you seek monetary damages from your stepsisters?
Yes, not for me, but for victims of bullying. Whatever the jury would like to award is fine with me.
No further questions.
Does the defense wish to cross-examine this witness?
Yes, Your Honor. Cinderita, did your stepmother and stepsisters allow you to live with them?
Yes,
And they allowed you to roam freely throughout the house?
I roamed only where I went to clean, cook, wash, or otherwise work.
Did you pay rent?
No, ma'am.
So you lived in that enormous, beautiful mansion, rent-free?
I worked in that mansion salary-free.
Objection, Your Honor. The witness is being non-responsive.
Sustained. Cinderita, please answer the question.
Yes, Your Honor.
Did your stepsisters or your stepmother ask you to do chores?
They never asked. All three commanded. They forced me to stay in my own little corner of the world and expected me to be as mild and as meek as a mouse. When I hear command, I obey.
Aren't you exaggerating their teasing and trying to have a little fun with you by calling it bullying, cyberbullying, or mental anguish?
No, ma'am. It is what it is.
Did it ever occur to you that they were just joking?
Bullying is no laughing matter.
Did you ever complain or fight back?
No, I was afraid they'd throw me out of the house.
But meanwhile, you lived in that enormous, beautiful mansion rent-free.
Yes, ma'am.
No more questions.
You may step down. The plaintiff may call your next witness.
The plaintiff calls Prince Guapolindo. Answer the question. State your full name for the record, please.
Ricardo Eduardo Francisco Tomás Sánchez Montemayor Medellín Guapolindo Alvarado.
A fittingly long and impressive name for a prince. And as our local genealogist extraordinaire John Campbell would point out, a descendant of Laredo's founder, Don Tomás Sánchez, a son of Laredo's first family.
Objection, Your Honor. That's not a question, and it's not the plaintiff's job to offer fun facts about the founder of the city of Laredo.
Sustained. Counselor, ask the question.
What do your friends call you?
Guapo.
Guapo. When girls say que guapo, they mean a man is handsome. Chulísimo. A hunk, right? And your last name, Guapo Lindo, means darling hunk, right?
That's sure not what my guy friends mean. To them, I'm just another vato, another dude. Please call me whatever you like.
I'll stick to Prince then. How did you meet Cinderita and the Malboga family?
They attended my birthday ball at the palace. Their stepmother tried mightily to interest me in Ciruela, but frankly, Ciruela is Spanish for plum. And a dried out, wrinkled plum is a prune. And that's what her face and personality reminded me of. In English, she would be called Prune Ella. And I associate her with prune juice, which is only good for constipation. Is that a fun fact? When that didn't work, the stepmother tripped Amuela so she'd fall into my arms. But her cabeza de piedra hit my jaw, and that hard head broke one of my molars. She hit my jaw, and my farthest back molar hurt, and that's what her name means in English, a molar. I thought, what a perfect name. Ah, muela. For this girl who broke my muela. Literally, Amuela me amoló. She did me in.
I have a condition. Couldn't you think of even one reason for marrying Amuela or Ciruela instead of Cinderita?
Yes. A singer named Jimmy Soul used to sing, if you want to be happy for the rest of your life, never make a pretty woman your life. So for my personal point of view, get an ugly girl to marry you.
Let's move on. How'd you meet Cinderita?
The most beautiful princess walked into the ball that night, straight out of a fairy tale. Una hermosura. It was love at first sight, but just before midnight, she ran away before I could get her name. She dropped her shoe, and I traveled throughout the land looking for the chava bonita, the lovely young lady who owned the other one.
And how did you find her?
After a year, I approached the Malboca mansion and saw this filthy, barefoot ragamuffin with even filthier hair. She was cleaning an enormous driveway with just a toothbrush. Ciruela and Amuela were laughing maliciously at the window when I stopped. Bien gachas las viejas. Totally mean. The minute I approached the cleaning lady, I heard her sweet voice. I knew she was my lost love. I took her in my arms, at least in my mind and in my heart, if not my nostrils. She was transformed into the most exquisite, radiant beauty I saw at the ball, that though a little bit stinky. Much to the sad surprise, her stepmother and stepsister asked her to go away with me.
It didn't matter to you that she was dirty and doing menial work?
Not at all. At least she didn't have the gunk in her armpits or hairballs in her mouth. I got her to a bathtub as soon as I could. Good as new.
What do you think of Cinderita filing a lawsuit and dragging your name through the media and internet, getting bad press for your royal family?
I think it's great. A todo dar, mamita. Go for it. Dale gas. She was bullied, harassed, and even physically and emotionally damaged. Now, together, we are fighting day and night to stop bullying in schools and online.
Really? How?
First, we teach students that bullying is against the law, and bullies should be punished. Bullies should either straighten out or be sent to Webb County Youth Village. That's like a little scary jail for children younger than 17. Uy, cucuy. Second, we stress that those who are bullied, like Cinderita, have to speak up and get help to stop the bullying. They can't just suffer in silence. They need to turn to their parents, teachers, friends, a police officer, or someone who can help them. Third, we show them why we can't ignore this problem. We must stop it. If not, those who don't speak up are just as guilty. Remember, what you allow, you encourage.
Well, those are important, though though not so fun, facts that everyone should know.
Exactamente, Vicente, exactly.
Is Cinderita happy now as your pretty little princess?
She's pretty, but certainly not my little princess. She's a queen in the hearts of all the victims of bullying.
And you're giving her the money to go into business?
Oh, ma'am, no, she has her own. She learned so many skills while being held captive. She used all that knowledge to establish Cinderita Enterprises. She teaches, consults, and writes books about time management, multitasking, domestic science, and personal care. Her favorite topics are self-care, self-improvement, and the power of positive thinking. Chiquita pero picosa. She may be small, but she sure is spicy. We also started our own candy-making company, Cinder Sweets. It's fun to give out most of our popular treats free to children, but we sell them to adults. In fact, today, Judge, we brought some raspberry sugar pops for the children who are here today.
Objection, Your Honor. The prince is trying to bribe the judge and the jury.
Well, I didn't hear him mention the judge or the jury counselor. Bribery is certainly against the law, but he's not committing it. Apparently, he brought candy for today's court of public opinion. And Lord knows you can't bribe the public. The objection is overruled.
So who keeps the profit?
We invest the profits in bullying prevention programs and scholarships for the victims of bullying. If she wins monetary damage in this lawsuit, she is going to invest that money in her program. Nada tonta, mi güerita. Don't even think of calling her a dumb blonde.
Objection, Your Honor. Neither the question nor the response is relevant, and those facts are not in the evidence.
Your objection is sustained. The jury will disregard that exchange.
No more questions, Your Honor. Thank you. Thank you, Prince.
Does the defense wish to cross-examine this witness?
Yes, Your Honor. What do you prefer I call you?
Whatever you like.
Well, I'll call you what your friends call you, guapo. But don't think it's because I think you're a hunk.
No worries. You're not hot yourself.
Both of you, please be respectful in this court.
That's bullying.
My apologies.
Mine too. Did you ever see Cinderita being mistreated or bullied?
Yes.
When?
The day I found her, I asked her if she had eaten. She told me she ate once a day at 3 p.m., so it wasn't time yet. When I asked her to pack her things, she had nothing to pack. When I asked her to come with me, she said she had to finish the yard, clean the house, cook lunch, wash and iron everybody's clothes, wash the cars.
Did you ever see Cinderita being bullied?
Yes.
What did you see?
I saw photos and videos on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, YouTube, and more. I even saw a video of them making lonches de baba, or saliva sandwiches. They spat on the filling of the leftover sandwiches they had for her. Gross! They said that next time if someone was sick, they were going to make a vomit sandwich. Una torta de vómito. Ugh. Double gross.
Did you ever see any evidence of her mental anguish?
Yes. When she came to the palace, she couldn't sleep. She couldn't eat regularly, and she wouldn't let anyone do anything for her. She wanted nothing more than to help clean, cook, wash, tend the gardens. For a salary, of course. She slept on the floor, and recently she learned how to sleep on a bed.
Do you pay your household help, or do you simply let them live at your palace rent-free in exchange for their work?
We pay them fairly, according to their availability, experience, and years on our staff. And we pay men and women equal for equal work. And we pay those who speak 2 languages, like Cinderita and I do, more than those who only speak 1.
But you don't pay Cinderita for her work, do you?
She doesn't work for me. We're business partners. What's mine is hers, and what's hers is mine. Actually, with her investments in South Texas oil and gas, she'll soon be richer than I am. Mi amor preciosa, my precious love.
So now are you known as Prince Guapo and Princess Cynthia?
Nambre, we never call ourselves prince or princess. This is America. We are a democracy where men and women are equal, not a monarchy with royalty.
Thanks for another fun fact.
Yeah, man. Equal rights for all. Woo!
No more questions for this witness.
You may step down, Prince Waffle.
The plaintiff rests, Your Honor.
The defense may call its first witness.
The defense calls Ciruela and Amuela Malboca.
Objection, Your Honor. The Objection, Your Honor. One witness at a time.
Your Honor, these sisters are being sued together, and they're practically joined at the hip. To avoid repetition and not waste time, I beg for an exception to allow them to testify together.
I'll allow it. The objection is overruled.
Please state your names.
Ciruela Malboca, Amuela Malboca.
Where do you two sisters live?
We usually live in our 30-room mansion by the Laredo Country Club, but now we live temporarily with our mother in an entire floor of suites at La Posada Hotel Suites.
How did Cinderita's departure affect your family?
We're miserable. She may be sucia, but that nasty little girl can do her chores passably well.
And what chores were those?
Typical household chores that boys and girls do. She picked up our clothes, polished our shoes, cleaned our rooms, made our beds, gave us massages and ran our baths, scrubbed our backs, did our nails, did our makeup, combed our hair. You think these masterpieces create themselves?
Why were you miserable after Cinderita left?
She slandered us, showing no appreciation for us letting her be a part of our wonderful family in our magnificent mansion without paying rent. She ruined our reputation, so now no one will work for us. That's why we're at the hotel.
Did either of you ever bully or cyberbully her or cause her any mental anguish?
No! No! Definitely no.
And if she says that you did, then she would be lying?
¡La mentirosa! Mentiras. Víbora mentirosa.
One more question. Did she ever complain about your treatment of her?
Never!
Pass the witness.
Does the plaintiff wish to cross-examine these witnesses?
Yes, Your Honor. Your last name is Malboca,
Yes.
and in English, Malboca means bad mouth.
Objection, Your Honor. The counsel is badgering the witnesses.
I asked a simple yes or no question, Your Honor, asking for a simple translation.
I'll allow it. The objection is overruled.
Does Malboca in English mean bad mouth?
Yes.
How's that for a fun fact? And you two bad-mouthed sisters sit there accused of bullying, cyberbullying, and causing mental anguish to your stepsister, including by bad-mouthing her?
You heard her testimony. She loves working, and she doesn't even call herself a princess. She doesn't deserve the title. My mother wanted that for me, and I was next in line.
Were you jealous of your stepsister when she lived with you?
Are you serious? She was always covered in cenizas and dressed in puras caras. Well, we wore high-end fashions from head all the way to our toes. We were cool. We were hot, hot, hot. And she slept on the floor in the laundry room while we each enjoyed our 4 rooms. Jealous of her? Never. Pues no, ¿verdad?
And where did you sleep?
We each slept in our own bedrooms next to our bathrooms, dressing rooms, playrooms. Cinderita had the warmest room in the house, the laundry room.
Do you admit you bullied Cinderita by calling her names?
We only called her cute little names that described her perfectly. That's why she didn't sue us for slander, because the truth is the ultimate defense. In case you didn't know that fun fact.
Give us some examples of those cute names you called her.
Strictly cutesy-tootsy names like Sucia Pestosa, or Dirty Stinky Poo, or Cara de Rana, or Frog Face, oh, Raggedy Rat, or Cara de Rana, oh, Monkey Tail, Moneyless Butcher, and maybe some others. We were just teasing her. You have to agree, those are really funny names. Cute.
Excuse me, but what dark part of your brain did those names come from?
Actually, we rely on the Mean Girls Dictionary. We recommend it highly.
What chores did Cinderita do for you that other people won't since she left?
Just typical chores, like popping our pimples and cleaning our mirrors if we popped the pimples and squirted piss on them.
Ew! Whoa! Could you please stand and show the judge and the jury and the court of public opinion some of your popped pimples and bronchas?
Beautiful, it's a beauty mark.
Yeah.
We thought of collecting pimple juice to give her, but that was too gross, even for us.
Ugh, disgusting! Do you admit posting embarrassing pictures of her on the internet, including one of you lying in your velvet lounge by the pool as she put grapes and chocolate from a silver basket in your mouths because you didn't want to feed yourselves?
Well, what's wrong with that? We were tired. Don't knock it till you tried it, baby. You'd love it.
Didn't you treat Cinderita more like a prisoner than a stepsister or even a servant?
No, bozo. Remember, she got everything for free. Besides, our gorgeous mother said that she was our chattel and we could do whatever we wanted with her.
Will you tell the jury what chattel means?
It's a piece of property that moves, like a car, a boat, a bicycle, or Cinderita.
I'll bet chattel is a new word for many people in this courtroom, so thanks for that fun fact. Didn't your mother ever tell you that mean-spirited teasing can lead to dangerous bullying that hurts innocent victims?
Or mother. Oh no, she did too. We didn't do anything to Cinderita that our mother didn't do. In fact, we learned from her. Yeah.
Do you admit to playing cruel jokes on Cinderita, like putting a dead rat on her chest and mixing worms with saliva sandwiches in her only plate of food of the day?
Girls just wanna have fun. She didn't eat much anyways. She never complained about our little jokes. I'm sure she enjoyed them.
What other supposedly innocent, cute little pranks did you play on Cinderita over the internet or on her phone?
Sometimes we send her pictures of us eating fabulous food or at beautiful places and write messages such as, "Wish you were here." Not! She said it made her feel left out. Well, of course she was.
Did you ever do anything nice for Cinderita?
Well, Mama always bought some very special apples just for her and never for us, just like the ones she brought for her father. But she refused to eat them, so ungrateful. Ugh.
Where does your mother get those apples?
From Wickedy Wizard. Apples are his specialty.
The same wickedy wizard who sold Snow Green's stepmother a poisoned apple that almost killed her?
Oh, yes! No!
Did either of you or your mother ever eat those apples?
No! No.
Objection, Your Honor, that is not relevant.
Well, I have to agree, but this is certainly interesting. The objection is sustained.
Do you realize the mental anguish you caused your stepsister?
Do you realize the mental anguish she caused us by abandoning us without anybody to care for us or our home? You think that she would let us live in the palace.
You cannot be serious. No more questions, Your Honor.
You may sit down. The defense may call its next witness.
The defense calls Madame Wannabe Ritzy Marboca.
I'm not hungry.
Still eat it.
State your name, please.
Madame Wannabe Ritzy Malboca. You can call me Madame.
Please tell the jury how Cinderita came to live at your mansion and why she stayed there.
I married her father after her mother died. He loved my 2 daughters as his own. And when he died and left me alone, a lonely, grieving widow, with my 2 daughters and his, we took Cinderita in. We let her live in our enormous mansion rent-free and only asked her to work her room and board.
You never charged her anything? Since she never paid you anything.
Never.
How did you treat Cinderita?
Lovingly. I treated her like one of my own.
Did you ever see your daughters bully or cyberbully her or cause her any mental anguish?
Never. As you can see for yourself, they are both sweet, well-mannered, impeccably dressed, beautiful, and charming young ladies with fabulous hair. Either one of them is fit for a prince.
No more questions for this witness.
Does the plaintiff wish to cross-examine this witness?
Yes, Your Honor. Madam Malboca, do you disagree with anything your daughter said today?
Certainly not. They were perfect in every way, as usual. Ay, aren't they the best? Hermosísimas, mis bebés. Ay, muy gracias. Ay, I love you so much.
You heard your daughters describe the chores that Cinderita did for them. What did she do for you?
Whatever I wanted. Everything she did for them and more. After all, I am the boss of my house.
Why did you make Cinderita work so hard at home without ever asking your daughters to at least help a tiny bit?
My daughters are my flesh and blood. She isn't. What's mine will be theirs. She has nothing, will get nothing. Zip, zero, nada.
Why did Cinderita have to sleep on the floor of the laundry room instead of having her own room?
All the other rooms were taken. But we let her have the laundry room all to herself.
Could you describe the mansion?
Aye, certainly. We have 30 rooms, including 3 living rooms, 3 family rooms, 2 playrooms, 3 media rooms, 6 bedrooms, 2 kitchens, and 10 bathrooms. Oh, and a cabana, 2 swimming pools, a tennis court, and an outdoor kitchen. It's gorgeous.
And what is the source of your income?
Interest earned on my inheritance.
Your inheritance from your parents?
It's a family inheritance.
And do you work to supplement your income?
No need to, my dear lady. My inheritance will last my lifetime, the lifetime of my 2 daughters, and the lifetimes of their children and grandchildren. Billions and billions of dollars. That's billions with a B.
Then why wasn't that money enough to take care of Cinderita too?
It most certainly was. We gave her free room and board and made sure she had everything she needed. You heard her. She was in her own little corner of the world, and she was happy.
So what family member left you such a rich inheritance?
Young lady, it is not polite to talk about money.
Objection, Your Honor, that is irrelevant.
It certainly is relevant, Your Honor. Cinderita was working for her room and board and was considered penniless. Her stepsisters were living a life of leisure and considered wealthy. Madam Malboca has no income other than her inheritance. We deserve to know its source.
You are correct, and it is relevant. I'll allow it. The objection is overruled.
To repeat, what family member left you such a rich inheritance?
Listen, Missy, I
want.
Your Honor, the plaintiff's attorney is badgering the witness and being emotionally invasive. Madame Malboca is not a litigant. She should not have to answer.
Please, both of you, stop. The question is relevant and the witness is directed to answer. Repeat the question, please, Counselor.
I shall, Your Honor. For the third time, listen carefully, please, Madam Malboca. What family member left you such a rich inheritance?
My late husband.
Your late husband? And who bought the Malboca mansion in which Cinderita slaved day and night for you and her two stepsisters?
My late husband.
How many late husbands do you have?
What?
And his full name was?
Fernando Francisco Forbes Rockefeller Malboca Longoria.
Forbes, Rockefeller, Malboca, Longoria?
Yes.
The same Forbes and Rockefeller from the United States and the Longorians from Mexico who are billionaires? That's billionaires with a B. And among the richest families in the world?
Yes.
And how was he related to Cinderita?
He was her father.
Was he also the biological father of Ciruela and Amuela?
No.
To whom did Cinderita's father leave his money?
To his daughter and to his unknown and unborn heirs.
Not to you and not to your daughters.
No.
And who was his biological daughter to whom he left his money?
Cinderita. No.
Cinderita! Cinderita! And did Cinderita's father ask you to take care of her money?
No, but somebody had to do it. She was 7 when he died. I volunteered and I did it for free, I might add. She owes me. Mm-hmm.
So you and your daughters have been living off the money Cinderita's father left for her, her children, and her grandchildren, and the whole time you made her work day and night, treating her like an unloved, abandoned child, and subjecting her to bullying, cyberbullying, and mental anguish?
I never thought of it that way. I meant to do her a favor, to take her in, to treat her like my own.
That's exactly the problem. You didn't treat her like your own, and now we discover you stole what was rightfully hers. On another subject, why did you buy apples from Wickedy Wizard for your late husband and for Cinderita, but not for your daughter? Did you kill your husband with a poisoned apple? And was that the same kind of apple you offered the judge earlier today?
Objection, Your Honor. Madame Malboca is not on trial today. That is irrelevant too.
I have to agree, although reluctantly. Sustained.
Those issues, I assure you, madam, will be addressed in court another day.
Objection, Your Honor.
Sustained. Let's move on.
No more questions for this witness, or should I say, future defendant.
Your Honor.
You may step down.
We have no more witnesses, Your Honor. The defense rests.
Very well. We will now hear closing arguments. Is the plaintiff ready?
Yes, Your Honor. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, what can I say? Surely you are as shocked as I am with these late developments. This truly is a fractured fairy tale, an unlikely side of the story. We have presented evidence that Ciruela and Amuela caused Cinderita mental anguish through their bullying and cyberbullying. Her stepsisters bullied her relentlessly, calling her names like cara de rana, frog face, and poor pitiful peasant. They were cruel to her, putting dead animals in her food and on her chest while she slept, making saliva and vomit sandwiches for her, forcing her to sleep on the warm ashes on the floor of the laundry room, while they slept in luxury personal suites that were bigger than most homes, and harassing and humiliating her online. They never stopped them. In fact, they said they didn't do anything to Cinderita that their mother didn't do, that they learned from her. Parents should stop their children from bullying, not show them how. How very, very sad. And how very, very wrong. Muy triste. Ciruela and Amuela admitted they treated Cinderita like chattel, like their own moving property, like a car or a bike. They made her feel poor and unloved, when only in the last few minutes did we discover Cinderita's stepmother and stepsisters have been stealing and spending her money that her father left her. And how about them apples? Clearly, the stepmother gave one to her husband just before he died and was buying them for Cinderita, but not for her own daughters. She even offered the judge an apple today. If you ask me, that's murder, attempted murder. We may even have a serial killer on our hands. Shocking. Truly shocking. As promised, believe me, her theft and murder by apple will be addressed in this court another day. Today, however, in the name of justice, I ask you to send a message to these bullies and to bullies everywhere. They will be stopped, they will be held accountable, and they will be punished. Send another message to their victims. You feel their pain and will protect and defend them. And send a special message to their parents. Stop your children from bullying. And don't be bullies like this, madam. We'll also deal with that another day. I had planned to ask for $100,000 in damages for Cinderita, but based on what we had just learned a few minutes ago, I asked that you award damages of $100 million.
No!
That's just a very small fraction of what these multi-billionaires have in the bank. And when we take them to court on new charges, it's all going to be Cinderita's anyway. But whatever you award her will go to our anti-bullying effort now. Please consider the evidence and find the bad-mouthed sisters, Ciruela and Amuela Malboca, guilty of bullying, guilty of cyberbullying, and guilty of mental anguish. We'll deal with their mother another day. Thank you.
Counsel for the defense.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, don't be fooled by the trickery of the plaintiff. Her trick questions at the end of her discovery of the money left to Cinderita really are a twisted and fractured fairy tale. Besides, Ciruela and Amuela had no clue they were spending Cinderita's inheritance. Don't blame these two preciosas for what their mother admittedly did. And they didn't buy any apples, though you can't blame them for not eating them. Remember, Madam Juana de Ritzy Malboca is not on trial today. Her loving, lovable daughters are. If Cinderita wants revenge, let her sue her stepmother. Another day. If you punish these gorgeous girly girls for what their mother did, you will be victimizing them, not punishing her. You heard Ciruela and Amuela and their mother testify that they treated Cinderita as their own, allowing her to live in their beautiful, enormous mansion rent-free. She roamed the rooms freely, never being restricted to one part of the house. All they asked in return was that she perform some household chores, as most children do, as you probably do. If they bullied her, why didn't she ever complain or strike back? No es nada sonsa. Clearly she's not stupid. She said nothing because nothing happened. These two lovely ladies simply teased her a little. That's no big deal. You've heard the words, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. Does Cinderita look like she's hurting? I don't think so. Regardless of her history, Cinderita is now a princess. She doesn't need any more money. Instead of being grateful to those who took her in when her father died, she is seeking revenge. Why? because she wasn't as pretty or as popular as her two stepsisters.
Yeah.
Now she's flaunting that she's a princess and they're not, and she's using her newfound wealth to bully them. It caused them mental anguish. Ciruela and Amuela deny all allegations against them. And you should too. Please find that these lovely sisters did not bully, did not cyberbully, and did not cause Cinderita any mental anguish. If their mother did, deal with her another day. Thank you.
Your Honor, excuse me, I have a very important business that I must conduct immediately. May I be excused?
Certainly, you are excused, officer. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you've now heard all of the evidence in this case. It's now up to you to determine whether Ciruela and Amuela are liable for the plaintiff's claims. Please use your 10 minutes wisely to consider all of the evidence that you have heard. Bailiff, please escort the jury to the jury room to consider the verdict. All rise for the jury. The court has been advised that the jury has reached a verdict. All rise for the jury. The jury has returned and in the jury box. You may be seated.
Your Honor, the jury has reached a verdict.
Ms. Pearson, has the jury reached a verdict?
Yes, Your Honor.
The defendants and their attorney will please rise. You may read the verdict, please.
We, the jury, find the defendants, Ciruela and Amuela Malboca, did bully Cinderita. We, the jury, find the defendants, Ciruela and Amuela Malboca, did cyberbully Cinderita. We, the jury, find the defendants, Ciruela and Amuela Malboca, did cause Cinderita mental anguish. We find the jury defendants, Ciruela and Amuela Malboca, should pay Cinderita $24 billion.
Have been found liable for the claims against them. Ciruela and Amuela Malboca, I hereby sentence you to 250 hours of community service working in Cinderita's bullying prevention program. You are going to visit Laredo schools and talk to bullies and their parents and their victims. Your goal will be to show bullies of all ages the error of their ways and show victims of bullying that there is hope for them, just as there was for Cinderita. You will also show the parents of bullies how to stop such bad behavior and not make it worse. Cinderita will supervise your work. If you don't meet her standards, we will see you back in this court and consider sending you to the Webb County Youth Village. No. You're also ordered to pay an additional $1 billion in monetary damages payable to Cinderita and her bullying prevention program. Boys and girls, at this time, I want to thank you and your teachers for being with us today.
Your Honor, may I approach?
Well, this is highly unusual, but I'll allow it. Please step forward, officer.
Your Honor, based on admission of theft of money left to Cinderita by her father and admitted under oath by the stepmother, stepsisters, and even their own attorney. And based on evidence about the poisoned apples that may have killed Cinderita's father and could have killed her, and just as bad, offering your honor what could have been a poisoned apple. I have an arrest warrant for Madam Malboca.
Well, everything seems to be in order with this request, and frankly, I'm not surprised. You may proceed, but be sure to give Madam Malboca her Miranda warning.
Madam Malboca, you are under arrest for theft, murder, and 2 counts of attempted murder. Here are your Miranda warnings that we read to everybody we arrest. And that is a fun fact.
Well, that was a shock, but she admitted it under oath in the presence of the judge, the jury, and the police that she broke the law. And now she's suffering the consequences. She will, however, have her day in court and the opportunity to defend herself before a jury of her peers, just like you. And that's a legal fun fact. Students, I want to thank you and your faculty, your teachers, your sponsors for being with us today. We hope that you have enjoyed this mock trial as much as you have learned from it. We're especially grateful to the director of this mock trial, from Mary Help of Christians School, Mr. Tony Bondock. And I know that you have enjoyed the outstanding performances of Cinderita, played by Valeria Montemayor, Ciruela, Meredith Pelufo, Amuela, Daniela Ramón, plaintiff's attorney is Iris Vasquez Guerrero. Honorary prosecutor is Ms. Caitlin Garcia. Defense attorney B. Benavides. Honorary defense attorney Joaquin Cigarroa. Prince Guapolindo es Jesús Guzmán. Madam Martín Malboca, Leah Martínez. have been possible without the script. Both your script and your handbook are written, and we're so very grateful to Senator Judith Zaffirini. At this time, Cinderita, her prince, the Stepsisters, her mother, and their attorneys are going to be available to take pictures with you here at the bench. The elected officials and honor guests are welcome and invited to join us. Boys and girls, we hope that you have enjoyed seeing today's Access to Justice class in the Courtroom mock trial. You saw for yourselves the importance of obeying the law and what could happen if you do not obey the law. You also saw for yourselves the dangers and the consequences of bullying and cyberbullying. Please come back to visit your Webb County Court at Law 2 and tell your friends and family that they're welcome here too. Court is adjourned.